Okay, so you own a chainsaw and your chain is dull. What do? You may be sharpening, you may be not. Or you replace your chain way too often. You don't have to. In front of me now are 4 of Stihl's chain sharpening methods. From the simplest to a classic to the newest and my favorite, and we're gonna get into all of those today. So stay tuned till the end of the video. So first off, you need a vise. Now, a lot of people have a table vise in a workshop, and the bar of your chainsaw is very sturdy here in the middle. You're not going to damage it with pressure. So you take your vise, you drop your bar down in there, you tighten it up so that it's not moving around while you're trying to file it. Now, if you don't have a vise or you're trying to sharpen out in the field, this is a vital piece of your sharpening arsenal. This gets hammered down into a stump, and then you can open this up and drop your chainsaw bar down in there and tighten it up, and you have an improvised vise out in the field. All right, method 1. We're going to start with the most simple system. You buy a 3-pack of files like this. Now, there is a variety of files. There's 5 different files in every Stihl dealer, and those files correspond to this little gap between your cutters. So this is a 325 chain, this is a 325 file, and you notice it fits right in this gap. Now, proper filing technique is for you to always push towards the point. So if I'm sharpening this right-hand cutter, I'm laying it in here, and I'm pushing towards the point. And then this is a left-hand cutter, so I'm going to skip over that one, and I'm going to go to the next right-hand cutter and push to the point. Now, these teeth are set at a 30-degree angle. So, I'm sharpening a lot of chains and I'm pinching this little piece of metal here. I'm going to do some damage to my hand. So it really helps to have a handle. And this just pushes into your file and gives you a better grip. Now, say you notice that when you run your fingerprint over your chain after 3 or 4 strokes, you can feel that it has that bite. You want to be consistent. You want to come along and do the 3 or 4 strokes to every tooth. And then you want to switch over to this side so that you can push stroke towards the point and do all the left-hand cutters. Very time consuming, but the finish is very nice. Now, if you also notice, as you're sharpening this cutter, you are removing material and you are drawing back the tooth. And eventually, when you're a millimeter or 2 down, your cutting tooth is barely engaging the wood because your depth gauge is sticking up level with the tooth at this point. So it's just sliding along the wood. It's not putting out big chips of wood. So in order to get your chain cutting like new again, you have to also take down your depth gauge here in the front with a flat file like this. What would happen is that you would accidentally bump this cutter and you would take all the sharpened edge that you just put on it off. The other problem with this method is you are not able to maintain your angle. You're slowly changing your angle until you have taken your tooth to a acute angle or a too square angle. And the file naturally wants to drop all the way down, and that cuts into this cutter itself until it hits the rivets and wears your chain out. So the solution to all of those problems is in the next method. This is method number 2. It's old school. It's been out a long time. So this is also a 325 pitch kit. So it fits all of the 325 saws. If you have lots of varieties of saws, you need multiple kits to fit every different chain size that you have. So this has a filing guide on the file. This guide keeps the file from dropping down too low and thus wearing out your connecting link. 30 degree is the angle that it's supposed to be maintained at. It also has a guideline so that when you lay it in here like so, as you pass by the bar, you see if your line is parallel to your bar or not. It's just a good reference point. So an improved filing method, it comes with a handle. This is removable, so as you change out files, you can move your guide over. It keeps your depth right, it keeps your angle closer. Now, this is a flat file with a file handle in the kit. And then this piece here, which is important. Before, without this piece, if you went to go flat file your rakers, you ended up messing up and hitting your cutters if you weren't really careful. And there's a good chance you're taking too much material off of your depth gauge. So this helps you take the proper amount of material off your depth gauge. This basically works like a barber who pulls your hair up and cuts everything above the fingers. Everything that's sticking up above here needs to go away for this chain to cut properly. And as this tooth wears back, more of this is going to stick out of the tip there. Okay, that's that system. Easy enough. The one problem with this system is very time consuming. You have to do an entire rotation of sharpening every tooth right hand, every tooth left hand, and then you have to do a third rotation with the guide, with the depth gauge, where you're taking your rakers down as well. Now, if you do this properly, you can take the chain all the way back to the wear bar. We're going to show you a close-up of that wear bar, and it is surprisingly far back. And it will cut like a new chain all the way to the end. Hand filing, nothing works as good as hand filing. Electric files are burning the chain, they're carving the tooth at the wrong angle, not to the point. The cutting performance is not going to be nearly as good as a new chain with an electric file as it is with a hand file like this. So before we talk about the fourth and the best method, we're going to briefly talk about an electric option. So our third option is this in the field electric file. Now this would be advantage on the speed side of things. It's basically a Stihl branded Dremel. So you have to buy this device. It hooks up to your mower battery, your truck battery, and then you have to buy a pack of matching stones. I happen to not grab the right pack of stones for this chainsaw, but just want to show you what they look like. There's 3 of them in the pack, and they are threaded, so you screw them into the end there, and then you would come in here with that spinning stone and dress each tooth by hand. And then you have a filing guide. See the guide there? So if you're trying to maintain the 30, you want to make your 30-degree line parallel to your bar, and you come in on the tooth. Pretty nice, pretty handy. Now, guys using this will also just touch their rakers with that spinning wheel. So it does have that speed advantage where you can sharpen the tooth and then kind of roll over your rakers and take them down. You know what? Holding this, I like this system better than I ever did. This is basically a Dremel, and these are stones from Stihl that fit in there. So the advantage here is speed. The negative is it's freehand, and you're going to make errors, and you're going to eat into your chain, and you're going to accidentally take too much material away from your rakers. So you're going to shorten its life because of your freehand. Now the fourth and final method. This is the Stihl 2-in-1 file. This is a device that does your cutter and your raker in one stroke. These metal bars here are guide bars that keep its depth from going too deep. And you have a file that fits into the slot, and you have a flat file taking down your rakers, and it's all doing it in one stroke together. So it's a little tricky at first. You have to get oriented because you're not really sure which way to go. Just want to show you this. It does open up, and you can buy new files that slide into the guide. You can also change out the flat file if it gets dull. So what you're looking for is one of these arrows. See, the arrow is pushing this way because it's telling me to push stroke these right hand cutters. And then everything's cut in here at the 30-degree angle. So I put it flush to the bar, and then I push. And then I do the next right hand, the next right hand. I go all the way around. And when it's time to do the left hands, I don't twist, I just flip it over, and now this arrow lines up for the left hand. So this is a big time saver over this method and this method because it's doing the raker in one stroke. So you don't have that next rotation to go back through and dress all your rakers. And because of the way it's pitched and the guide bars, everything is wearing together beautifully. It's going to cut like a brand new chain, and you're going to be able to wear it all the way down to the end. The people who have bought this have said this is the best filing system that they've ever used. So pick yourself up a 2-in-1 today. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that was helpful. If you see anything here that you like, all of these items are tagged in the description below, and that will jump you to our website if you want to check them out more. They are available to be shipped. This item is my personal favorite, so check these out, pick one up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.